50/50 debuted and seemed to just explode upon the scene, so naturally I wanted to analyze the group's natal chart and do a proper reading. With this, I first interpret the more flowing and neutral aspects and placements within their birth chart, and then I dive into some of the more difficult and challenging bits that they endure. Before we begin, let it be known that this is not an analysis of each of the 50/50 members individually, nor is it an analysis of their individual natal charts in synastry. This is an analysis of the personality and expected life occurrences and tendencies of the group itself as based on the moment of its birth. This reading is regarding the energy of all that is 50/50, which includes the members, the company, as well as the fandom. Without further ado, here is the natal chart analysis of 50/50 by the Rawstrologer. There's great depth to the group. Matters are taken very seriously, and the mediocre is not okay. They need to achieve high, above and beyond even. With the sun in the 6th house, they need to produce work that they're proud of, so they actually thrive off of the nature of this job. As an idle group with endless activities and an impossibly busy schedule, they thrive off of the constant movement and production. They try to the very max, to the end of their limits. There's an all or nothing approach with this group. Nothing gets swept under the rug, so if there's any form of a problem within, it will be identified as clearly as possible, analyzed and sorted out from the very inside out. There's a sensitivity to the group's nature. They take things especially to heart, most often when it comes to outside criticism. The work that they produce and choose to put out there for the world to see and hear is very carefully, specifically selected and is, of course, the work that they're the most proud of, and judgment of this work is received deeply and oh so personally. In their early days, they'll focus on how others feel about them, how they're received by the people around them. During this phase especially, it's incredibly important that they receive positive feedback and reinforcement for their work. Too much negativity, negative feedback would affect the overall health of the group. A lack of coordination could ensue. They wouldn't be able to function like a well-oiled machine. However, as they grow and develop, their ultimate focus switches drastically from outside feedback to their art, their creative production, fulfilling their purpose, doing what they're here to do, their creative output, reaching people through their art. Being that the sun sits at 25 degrees, an Aries degree, they're blessed with an extra dose of Mars energy. It comes naturally to them to be clear about their goals and to dive headfirst into making them happen. There's an air of boldness and independence to them, and they're an out-of-the-ordinary, pioneering presence within the industry. This is telling of a team made up of highly creative individuals. There's genuine artistic talent here, and a need to express that talent, to show it to the world, is bursting from within. Their early days, however, are probably marked by a huge lack of confidence. At the beginning of their debut especially, but also in general, discord is limiting to them. Any amount of it has the ability to restrict their performative abilities greatly and to therefore dull their shine, so their environment is ideally at all times organized, neat, without any clutter. This allows them to function well as a unit and perform at their best. A lack of harmony in their work environment in their early days would have them grow to feel a constant lack of stability. Actually, as a team, they may find themselves naturally putting things in order, seeking and creating balance in their environment often and however they can. Doing so brings them peace and clarity, increasing their productivity and flow. They could actually focus so much on minor details that they're pulled away from their goal and the bigger picture. The higher-ups need to be extra discriminative about who they partner up with and collaborate with, and whose hands they put their trust in with 50/50. They are susceptible to ending up in unprofitable, dubious, and destabilizing partnerships. The minds behind this team are sharp and clever, and they use their intuition when it comes to decision-making. It's also a driving force behind the music they create. The group encourages individualism, being yourself. This could also translate as the company supporting the team's uniqueness and encouraging the members to be their genuine selves, rather than giving pretense. There may be a real openness between the company staff and the members, and this could even trickle down to the members being unusually emotionally open with and available to the fandom. Uranus was retrograde when this group debuted. Although not unusual, this could just indicate a huge and obvious delay in them seeing genuine progress and success in their journey toward the top. With Gemini on the ascendant, this further supports the fact that there's a real feeling of openness we get with this group. They come across as available, communicative, and they respond to their environment, to others, and to their fans with genuine curiosity. It also indicates that they're able to adapt to their environment incredibly well. They'll easily embody and successfully portray whatever concept they're going for at any given time. Whether or not they say it outright, it's as if they're encouraging self-acceptance in us simply with their presence alone. This group definitely has a way with words, and such a skill is utilized when it comes to their lyrical creations, and probably as well when it comes to the script that the members recite and reverberate for their activities and appearances. There's probably a degree of impatience when it comes to their success. They want it yesterday. 50-50 will always give off youthful vibes. They'll always have a playful and fresh vibe about them, even if they have a mature concept. Mars is also in Gemini and in their first house, so here's another indicator of the young and fresh vibes they'll always give, and also further support that they actually prosper due to the very nature of the industry. As a team, they thrive off of versatility, change, movement, even surprises. They probably keep busier than they need to, but doing so feeds their energy for the better. They have the potential to become leaders in the industry. They'll be seen as a group who knows what they want to achieve, works hard to do so, and is successful in getting the job done. Artistically speaking, there are some brilliant songwriters within. Songs that they release will express varying degrees of emotion all along the spectrum. Some lyrics could even be written negatively about someone in particular, causing scandal if released. Communication between group members and staff is placed on extra high importance. There is a tendency toward impulsivity, thoughtlessness, and even aggression when it comes to communicating with each other. At times, words exchanged could often be harsh or used as a means of hurting one another. Words could really be a weapon somehow with this group. Nothing motivates this group to succeed like being able to socialize with their fans, others in the industry, higher-ups, team members, etc. With Mercury as the chart ruler, the energy of the group is that of a cerebral nature. Their ultimate goal is to grow, learn, and to better their team through communication. This is all on an unconscious level, and because Mercury is in Sagittarius, they'll find that the ultimate learning experiences and opportunities for enriching communication actually happen for them through communicating with foreigners. The market outside of Korea is especially pertinent to this group. It's through performing outside of their home, learning the ways of other cultures, philosophical discussion with those who have different viewpoints, collaborations with foreign artists, and so on, that they'll actually find themselves learning what they need to learn in order to become the best artists that they can be. They're searching for something out there to light up something in themselves in order to reach their max potential. Because Mercury is also in the 6th house, this ultimate goal of growing, learning, and bettering themselves through communication will have a direct effect upon the quality and growth journey of the service that they provide. Also, their daily routine, productivity overall, and the way that they take care of and provide for their fandom. This aspect suggests that this team is pretty much guaranteed the honors and success that they set out for. It further supports the idea that there are truly talented artists behind and within, that they're brilliant artists creating music of a very high quality, and that it's appreciated and in demand. They're full of happy, merry vibes all around. If conditions in their work environment aren't ideal, they're inclined to create their own atmosphere, and they'll make it pleasant. This could also indicate, however, that their work environment is somehow unstable. There may be extraordinarily frequent changes in how they work or where they accomplish their regular day-to-day tasks. When they're together, they're extraordinarily alert, observant, detail-oriented. They take their work seriously and learn it from top to bottom and inside out. Although there are aspects in their chart showing that they need to practice extra discrimination regarding who they partner up with, they should find themselves in luck when it comes to the mastery level of their collaborators. They'll be highly skilled, talented, and able to aid in 50-50's success. Mercury sits at 1 degree in its zodiac sign in their chart, which is another Aries degree, so this group actually receives a triple boost from Mars throughout their life. They're warriors of K-pop. This is why they seemingly have taken the industry by storm. They march directly onto the scene and are making their mark, which is helped by their inner strength, boldness, direct approach to music, physical energy, and their ultimate confidence in their abilities. They're straight up fun to be around. They very easily attract fans, and their fans will be a real eclectic mix from all walks of life. Throughout their time as a group, they'll collect lots of helpful friends and contacts within the industry and develop a supportive and beneficial network of people. Their supporters will treat them very generously. This is yet another aspect suggesting that there are some brilliant creative writers here. This aspect and various others in the chart suggest that the powers that be have a real good business sense. They'll utilize the talents within this group in combination with the support from their network to obtain opportunities for 50-50 to enhance their skills and showcase their performance. They could become really passionate about a cause or charity into which they'd put a lot of intense support and energy. And here's further proof that international relations and foreign travel are incredibly important when it comes to their success, as the relationships they make broaden their knowledge and outlook, helping in their creative output and therefore overall success. When it comes to interpreting the MC-IC axis in the natal charts of K-pop groups, I read the group members to be the children and the company to be the parents/guardians. So, since their trainee days, the members have likely been told just how unique and special they are. So it makes divine sense for the firstborn, if you will, group of a K-pop label to have Aquarius on the MC and Leo on the IC. The company itself and those within its network probably treat the members with intrigue and interest, but they likely don't receive the proper attention and emotional support that they truly need as a group of artists. The company probably has a lot to juggle, and their attention and focus goes way beyond 50-50, and for a new K-pop label who probably has so much legwork to do to establish themselves, this is of course expected, but it leads to depressive feelings of the group members. Words and actions don't match up. They're likely reprimanded a great deal more than they receive praise. This also indicates that due to company priorities when it comes to their image, the members are strictly ordered to show little to no emotion and to rather follow the rules of what's expected of them, in favor of the company establishing its prominence and reputation. What this does to the group itself is create a bonded feeling of compassion for people's needs and the human condition in general. They're on the path to humanitarianism. They'll want to help people and make the world a better place through their activities, creations, and performance. They're on the path to making a positive impact on a large scale, and it's the events and conditioning of their early days that create this group's mentality and ultimately shape this path. Their pre-debut days were likely dark, depressing, and filled with feelings of instability due to complications created by their company. Their path to success is one of loneliness. The company probably has their own different way of doing things, so the group will end up doing things differently, their own way, not necessarily using tried and true methods. However, this approach trickles down to the group as uniqueness in their image, and this uniqueness is ultimately the driving force behind their affluence and success. The company may have a tendency to rebel under pressure, resulting in delays and relational issues that affect the contentment and workability of the group. Rightfully so, the members probably feel lonely and as if their situation as an idol group under a company with such a different approach is actually to their detriment. There are issues when it comes to self-expression and how it's received. One of their main challenges is being able to express their creativity, music, plans, feelings, inspirations, etc., without angering mobs of people who turn against them in the process. A lesson they'll learn with this aspect is that once they reach the heightened state of success that they undoubtedly will, they've got to be inclusive and they've got to be able to listen to the self-expression of others. If not, they will find themselves as a target of rebellion. Early conditioning and fate serve as heavy burdens upon 50-50, and they both play a huge role in the direction that this group heads in. It seems the company had struggled greatly to get them into the spotlight. They really value the group's reputation because it's their reputation, and they jump through crazy amount of hoops to make sure that they do well. Inevitably, however, they will fall from grace, probably more than once along their journey. They're on the path to learning a big lesson, and that's regarding the fact that everyone gets a second chance. They'll be tested to ensure that they step down gracefully and humbly so that they can regain their connections and support system and work their way back upwards. This team is karmically destined to learn how to take responsibility. People will likely see them as a group who's earned a position of leadership because they started out humbly with nothing and worked incredibly hard for their rising star. People see themselves in this group. Thanks for watching.